Hey,
Hey,
good
Carlos.
morning. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Great.
I am very glad to hear that. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Peter's covering for Norm today. As you guys know, Norm is off this morning. So thank you, Peter, for covering.
My
Um,
pleasure.
Yes. Let's get to it, guys. Let's look at what we had on our list yesterday, starting with Space. Space very, very active in the pre-market yesterday and turned out to actually be pretty good in the intraday. So let's just zoom in here, give you guys an update on how that did yesterday. So um, again, very active pre-market action. We did have some volume on this one. Incredible pop at the market open. I believe Thor took advantage of this, guys. And just look at the squeeze you get going here, right? So it comes back down. Beautiful open range on the 5 minute. You just have to survive this pullback on the way back up. If you did get stopped out, you can get back in here, and you can see how beautiful this continuation was all the way to 26.50 from here, just $1.50 just on this move right there. If you caught it earlier, even better. From there, it does not give you anything else after that, at least towards the long side. It does give you a nice drop towards the VWAP. But again, an amazing move here at the market open. We also had a L sit on our list. Beautiful open range breakdown, guys. I mean, this was just clean textbook trading on L sit yesterday. A beautiful pullback here towards this level 26.92 that we had, and you can see how great these levels are playing in the market open for L sit here. Beautiful drop down, and then another continuation here. Tries to get to the VWAP, cannot. I actually got in here, right in here, a little bit late. Add it down here and look at the continuation on this thing. So that turned out to be a pretty nice trade, especially if you took it for like the 5 minute open range breakdown there. So again, just very, very clean and just great continuation there. Here's BBBY, and this was my concern with BBBY yesterday. We talked about this, right? It was just too extended already. It was down, I forget the percentage, 28, 30% almost, if I recall correctly. And usually when a stock drops that much, it can become a little bit choppy. And we saw some of that yesterday. Just didn't really know what to do. Just kind of chopped around here for almost the whole day. Just didn't do anything, right? It's just again too extended. Did not want to go any lower, and I think people did not trust this to push up any higher unless you got a very, very early entry at 16. That would have been over to 17. You would have done very well. Outside of that, that was the only real good move. Outside of that, it does nothing, guys. So that was my concern with that one. Coles was amazing, guys. Beautiful drop. This thing was weak. It lost this level in the pre-market here, 49.26. It was holding this for some time. Once it loses that, look at the beautiful drop here coming into the market open, and then the continuation. I took this one with Brian. Brian also had an amazing trade on this thing yesterday. And just look at the drop here all the way down to 47. Struggles a little bit here at around 47, but gives you even another drop to 46. So again, just a lot to watch yesterday. There was definitely a lot of stuff in play that was trading very, very nice. Here's AMC. I didn't watch AMC too much. I was focused on Coles and Elson in space. I didn't really watch this one, and it looks like there was not a whole lot to watch on this one. And now, guys, AMD. I mean, this thing yesterday started early on. We called this around 9 o'clock, right? We had some news there of them joining or partnering up with Google, I believe. And I got the right person to ask, Peter. Was
Yeah,
that the catalyst? Yep.
that is
Um,
that is it. Yeah.
and this thing just again started seeing volume in 30 minutes before the market opened, and from there just took off. Andrew had a monster trade on this thing, and also added, I believe, right in this area. If you look at the one, you can see how big these moves are. And it was funny. We're mentioning yesterday that one of the things that Andrew has worked on, that he wanted to work on and improve, was his adding game. And if you look at Andrew's adding game, I mean, it has gotten really, really good, right? He's always been an amazing trader, but his ads were not as great. But man, they are amazing now. I don't think he was looking to add as much as he's doing in the last couple of months. So yeah, so an amazing ad there and a great continuation towards the top there. So pretty good stuff. That's what we had, guys. We had some possibles on here that I really didn't pay attention to. Again, our main list gave us a lot. Macy's was not bad. You can see there, BTBT. Apple. What did Apple do yesterday? Not a whole lot until later in the day. And then here's Netflix's pure chop. So not a whole lot going on in our possibles list right over there. Peter, overall market pulse, what's going on there? Latest and greatest. Hey, Peter, you're on mute, buddy. Still can't hear you any longer. Maybe your mic. 1 second, he says. We'll try to interpret here Peter's sign languages.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I don't know what happened. I didn't hit anything. At least I didn't think so. Hello, everybody. All right. All right. So, yes, we do actually have a few things happening on the economic calendar today. First day of the month. So, we get a couple of things, some consumer spending reports out, core inflation should be out. All of those are coming out any minute now if they're not already out. Later this morning, 9:45, 10 o'clock, we'll have some manufacturing indices. Those don't tend to move the market too much. Interestingly, a couple of the Fed presidents will be speaking, the Philadelphia Fed at 11 and at 1, the Cleveland Fed. Again, normally they don't move the market, but keep in mind there's a lot of tension in this market right now with the concern over the U.S. funding and whether they're going to meet their debt obligations, which I fully expect they will. However, the markets get jittery when there's sort of concern and the political machinations are active. So I think over the next 2 weeks we may see a little bit of choppy action. We'll see. I don't really know what to expect. However, keep an eye on whenever there's a presentation or a speech, we could overreact when that happens. So we'll pay close attention today. It is a Friday, which often means slightly lower volume, chop through the afternoon. But let's see what we get on this first day of October.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's look at our gappers list this morning. We have a ton in the green today. Starting here with AVIR up 40%. Then we have after that we have 12% or so. So again, tons of stuff in the green. If you scroll down here, you're gonna see a lot of names that we're very familiar with, guys. Mara, all the Bitcoin stuff here is up this morning. Mara, CAN, Riot, so all of them are there. Neo, we got AMC, we got Zoom. I mean, these tickers, I think we traded or at least looked at all of these on here. XBEV, we got of Coin sucks. We don't like that one. Love CCL, of course, an all-time favorite of ours. Hasn't been great lately, but yeah, tons of tickers here. A lot in the green this morning. Obviously, the market, as you know, has been had a couple of two really rough days, right? And today we'll see if they're gonna try to bounce back here. It's gonna be interesting. On the downside, we don't have as many, and mRNAs here, NVAX as well, and a couple of other ones that I believe we looked at in the past as well. So let's start with the gap up list today. Let's remove this list from here, and let's start with our buddy AVIR after I go ahead and link up my trade ideas. So as I'm doing this, guys, if you haven't done so already, please hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Appreciate it very, very much. It does help us out a ton. So we'll link trade ideas to our montage here so we can go ahead and click on, oh, don't minimize way too much. Let's bring some back here. Let's bring this one back, and we'll bring this one back. There we go. All right,
yeah, Carlos is working on that. If you guys have any news on AVIR, I'm not finding anything. 2 days ago, they said they're presenting at a conference, but that certainly doesn't account for the rise today, unless that conference presentation went really, really well. But if there's some news out there, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, they are up. There are 60 million shares flow, so they're not a low flow stock, but they're trading like one today. So you got to be very careful with this one. They're up 40%, 1.6 million. Will be weird to have this stock moving like this without no catalyst. I will agree with you there. AVIR, and again, if that conference went very well, there's got to be a lot of people that know about it because of the volume is just so high right now. AVIR doing pretty good right now, 40%. It should really be down on our risky pile, guys. I'm going to keep it up here, but just be mindful. This is very, very, very risky. It can move quite a bit. Also sitting at around $50 from 36 this morning. So very careful on that one. BTCM, is this a Bitcoin one? BTCM? I'm missing one of my...
They are. Chinese
okay.
Bitcoin miner.
Gotcha. So there's a few on here. We have BT, CAN, Mara. We have Riot. I tend to like Mara for some reason. I find that one a little bit cleaner to trade, guys. I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm going to put Mara. I think this is the first time I see BTCMs a little on the lower price. Lower price as far as $9 being Mara around 35, right? I believe Mara. And then they're up 12%. Volume is not great right now, so I don't like that one as much. HUD, what is HUD? Is HUD also? Yeah, HUD is also a mining company, I believe. Yes, mining as well. Again, not great. I'm gonna stick with Mara out of all of these guys. Let's go over to Ride. Ride this morning, they are up 9.4, 708,000 shares traded. It could be a hit or miss, guys. I'm going to put it on as a possible for now. We can take a look at that a little bit later. MRK, what do we have going on here? Oh, this is a huge company, by the way. They must have some news. What's going on with these guys?
Yeah,
Because
so I think we've solved part of the mystery here, thanks to our membership in the room. It's great advantage of being part of a community. So Merck has, it looks like they've announced an oral COVID treatment. I don't know what to call it. It's not a cure, but anyways.
mhm.
And that was in the news. I see a couple articles on that. AVIR has a competitive product, it seems. So that's why they're sort of moving in sympathy with the good news that came out against Merck's potential treatment. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm not sure if they're moving in sync. I haven't checked that yet, but the news creates sympathy. And obviously, AVIR being such a smaller company, you can see that's why the movement is correspondingly much larger.
Yep, yep, absolutely. So, guys, we'll put this on here. Definitely in place. It's a huge company, by the way. So we'll see how it's going to trade today. Right now, it's looking really, really good, guys. Very active. 4.8 million shares traded at the moment. Heading down, we have PALT. This one was active yesterday. Right now, we have 1.4 on it, but it's kind of not looking good in the pre-market, right? We had a couple of days here with a beautiful pop. Yesterday, we took advantage of a nice scalp in here at the market open. This morning, I'm not sure what it's going to do today. Let's put it here as a low flow of the day for now. Hopefully, that can change. We can find something a little bit better. But again, usually the third or second day after these big moves are not the greatest. We do not have shares for short on this one, so if it's going to be an entirely rough day for them, this is not going to be fun for us to even look at. BTBT,
Yeah, and
yeah.
sorry, we just have to keep in mind PALT. This has been a week now that it's been moving and on our radar. So, like you said, second and third day moves start to get sketchy. I mean, this is sort of day six, really, of it starting
Yeah.
to of this activity. So, like you pointed out yesterday, Carlos, it gets choppy. I find them really hard to trade, and I don't enjoy trading them. So, I usually just avoid it.
Yep, agree 100%, guys. So again, just be careful with that one. We'll have it on here, but we'll probably drop it off unless it starts finding a base here, going up against this 13 and showing some true strength here. We might not keep that one. All right, more Bitcoin stuff, guys. See and Mara, right? Let's look at Rai. Rai is also another one that trades very well, but again, Mara is the one I'm going with. They seem to have a better pre-market activity. They always have a nicer daily overall. ATER was active for us a couple of weeks back, maybe one or two. This morning, they have volume, but just look at this pre-market action, how it's trading. You got 163,000 shares here, nothing happening here. Then another 163,000. It's just creating a very, very choppy and just disjointed pre-market activity here. So I'm not sure about this one, guys. I'm going to keep it off my list. If you guys see this getting a little bit better, throw it back out to me. We'll take a look at it again. Here's Any. We had some fun with this a while back. Since then, has not done much. And I don't think is looking to do anything great today neither. I mean, they have volume 957,000 here. They're up 4%, but I'm not seeing anything that looks explosive at the moment. So we'll head on down. Some names that we know here, guys. We have AMC. AMC does look good, actually. I like this green candle we have here after being slammed a couple of days in a row here. We had a green candle yesterday, possible continuation today, maybe a Wall Street best squeeze here. Who knows? We'll add AMC on there. See what's happening there. 1 million shares traded. I do like the type of volume, and they're up 4%. That is setting up nicely for a possible play this morning. Here is Neo. Neo finally's got some good volume, man. We haven't seen Neo do a whole lot recently, right? It's just kind of been stuck in this situation here and has not been great. But today they're looking good, up almost 4%, 1 million shares traded. Is there anything going on in that EV sector, or it's just overall market movement? What is Tesla doing? Let's see, Tesla. Tesla's not doing a whole lot. But again, they have not been as down as Neo, right? So maybe that could be the difference. So I'm not sure if Neo has
Yeah,
any.
we're seeing the Chinese EV companies generally move a little bit more this morning. I think it's just sort of a reactive bounce after because they've been punished because of all the news, negative news, I guess, out of China. So we'll see. We might get a rally. We've been waiting for what, like a week now, for Tesla to go over 800. And while it looked good about a week ago, it really hasn't been able, and have been putting all these smaller and smaller inside candles. So Tesla's been sort of going into a tighter and tighter range. Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe today's the day it breaks out. I mean, I'm not holding my breath for it, but worth keeping an eye on.
no, absolutely. Here you can see it was in the red very, very early on this morning as volume was coming in. It managed to get itself into the green. But I agree, man. It's struggling to make newer highs. I mean, this is not looking too good, but anything's possible with Tesla. All right, guys, we got Zoom. We know this doesn't trade very well, but they're up right now 4%. XBEV is another EV type play. I'm going to go with Neo. That has the volume today. That's looking pretty good. Here's Coin. Coin, again, horrible intraday trading stock. I have not seen anything good out of this ticker since it opened up, so I won't be spending no time on that one. I'm going to skip over a few here, look at some favorites like NCLH, which has been great to us in the past, especially CCL coming in with 1 million shares traded so far. So I like that volume on CCL. We definitely seen better pre-market action out of them, but not recently. This is actually pretty good for what they've been doing the last couple of weeks. Really, it's not a whole lot. So yeah, I like CCL with that type of volume there. And there's some more on here. United is also looks like the travel stocks are all slightly up this morning. American Airlines up 2%. Might be worth keeping an eye on that one. That would be kind of like the one that leads, all the travel companies as far as airlines. So if that one does well, we can hop into United and the other ones as well. I also thought I saw LUV in our gappers list. Yes, LUV is on here as well. I know it's an airline, but I always forget the name. This is Southwest. Yes,
Yeah,
Southwest.
LUV in
Yeah.
Southwest.
So they're all up between 2, 3%, 4%. We'll have to see where they go here
We're
this
seeing,
morning.
this whole sector, travel, transportation sector, so airlines, cruise lines, they get this sentiment, right? Everybody gets excited. Oh, things are opening up, and we just get a little
Yeah,
positive
yeah.
sentiment. And it doesn't seem to matter what the news is, right? You get one airline that says, riders or whatever ridership, flyership. Anyway, the people, the seat bookings are up, and then the whole market, or at least the sector moves up a little bit. A cruise line says that forward-looking bookings are increased a little bit, and everything floats up for a bit, pun intended. But we tend to see those subtle, and it doesn't always last very long. So just be careful. I've struggled with on these because I don't find it's always a good indicator for the day, right? You get this move in the morning, and it could be that
Hmm.
once the big money comes in, right, they take it as an opportunity to sell out, and the thing pushes back down. So be cautious. It's not like the good old days when Thor was trading CCL every day, and it came
Oh
right off
yeah,
those
yeah.
doldrum lows. And remember, and he was nailing every day. It was like you would have these big directional moves, and you were able to take good trades. I find the moves are shorter lived, and you've got to be pretty sharp.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's why for me it hasn't been all that great on CCL. I mean, lately the last week or so we've been seeing some good activity, but for the most part, you hit it right on the head, man. It's exactly what it's been. See what's gapping down today. We have IRNT this morning. This stock, this was the one that just went nuts, right? And it's just kind of almost untradeable, really. They're down 13.4 right now. I do not have shares for short. There are on short selling restriction here. I just don't see anything fun. I look at this ticker and I see myself losing money. So when I see that, just stay away from it. That you got those tickers where you could tell me if I touch this, I am going to lose money. So that's one of them. And I'm not going to lose money today. I'm going to try not to. NVAX, this one, a difficult stock to trade. is usually in play quite a bit. Also, an mRNA is in play. This one is usually in play. I prefer to watch mRNAs. I think it's a better type trading stock. It has a better price action, better volume as well for the most part. So I'll watch mRNA instead. I do like the drop they're getting here, guys. We talked about this earlier in the week, right? Slamming up against this 380. They have not lost it. Today they're losing it. They're losing it right now here. They lost at 380 and then heading down to the next area of possible support. So is that going to hold, right? I like this one as a possible mRNA. The only reason I put it as a possible, guys, is because I find it a little bit difficult to trade. But if you like trading this type of stock, this is definitely one that seems to be in play this morning. I
What's
skipped over. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, what's interesting in this sector, so all of these companies that really took off because of their COVID vaccines, right? So, like Pfizer, for example, has so many other things that while its stock is appreciated, not the same as an mRNA or NVAX or some of those others. If you look at them on the daily over a period of time, suddenly, it's sort of like they've woken up and said, oh, geez, when the pandemic ends and they're not selling as many COVID vaccines, what do the companies do next? And I'm
Right.
seeing news articles that are coming out, and it seems like the stocks are reacting as a result of that. So again, not a surprise, but I always find it amusing when people sort of look, oh, maybe the long-term prospects don't warrant, mRNA being a $500 a share stock. So we could see a continued pressure on them over the next couple of weeks.
And you're in this morning.
Well, I'm always watching AMD. It's funny because if you look at it on a daily, it sort of looks like it's just chopping in a range. I've actually found some good movement on it, but lately that movement tends to be restricted to the open and the close. Midday, it has been fairly choppy. So we'll see if AMD provides me an opportunity today. I'm going to keep an eye on Apple. While it's not doing much so far today, pre-market, it has good volume. And it's been a relatively consistent mover that I can trust. And you've already mentioned some of the EV stocks. I think that it just feels like NEO. NEO's usually the
Yeah.
one I revert to, right? So NEO and Tesla, I'll be keeping an eye on and see what happens.
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys, let's take it over to the room here. We'll start with who do we have? Joel. Joel, let's start with you, or Joe, depending on how you pronounce it. Zoom. Yeah, we looked at Zoom earlier. Again, I think it's in play. I really think it's up 3.7. It's funny. Usually, Zoom is a stock that goes up when COVID things start shutting down, and it kind of goes away from what the travel companies are doing, right? So, but it's up today for some reason, 3.7. So, yeah, you could watch this one. I don't like the way this one intraday trades, but again, it's up right now. So, what's the deal here? Stock rises after Fiverr merger agreement terminated. Okay, so I guess that was a bad agreement for them. But yeah, it's up here slightly. I think this other stuff is looking pretty good right now that I'm gonna keep an eye on. Right, heading down, Neil, we have on deck, guys. Neil looks pretty good this morning. I do like that one today. So that one's definitely on. It has great volume right now and a good pre-market activity. BMRA. Now, this one is up 38%, 10 million shares traded, a little bit on the lower side here as far as price. Doesn't look like a low flow stock, though. Let's check. Does it? Actually, it is 10 million shares flow. So that's surprising there. Let's put that on here. BMRA. This is a lot of volume, guys. This is a lot of volume, and it's funny, but this pre-market activity here, I'm not a big fan of. See this popping the way this is dropping here with all that volume. You got 10 million shares being traded. You got to do better than that on 10 million shares flow. So I get
So
concerned when I see that.
yeah, now this is, I mean, they do have news today. So the reason why they're up is that Walmart is going to start carrying, I guess, their products, their screening test. So, as soon as you get into Walmart, obviously you have
Yeah.
now massive distribution at your fingertips. So the fact that they've got this merchandise agreement is what's pushing this stock up so significantly this morning.
Yeah, you might not be profitable, but you will move product because
We'll make it up in
you
volume.
might not be profitable because you get in bed with Walmart. Oh my God! In our old business, my old life, we used to work with these guys.
Yeah,
Oh man, oh man.
and
They
they're
want
brutal on
dirt
price,
cheap.
right?
If you make $10 on your product, man, you're good. But
Yeah,
they want everything at factory cost. It's just insane what
yeah.
those guys do. So yeah, I don't know. 10 million shares traded, and you're doing this here. I'm not a big fan of it. We'll put it on here. We'll come back to see what's going on there. Costco, yeah, same thing. All those companies are like that. All right, what else we have, guys? BBBY in play yesterday. What is it doing today? This morning's up 1.4. Again, it just got killed yesterday. So I wonder if they're looking to head any higher here. This could be a good one for a secondary play today. Again, yesterday at the market open, guys, the entire move was pre-market. At the market open, it just wasn't a good trade at all. Pre-market today, hopefully this can. I'm sorry, after the market open, hopefully can do something. Have it as a possible here. They do have decent volume. They do have a somewhat decent pre-market activity here. Let's see. Let's see what it does there. Okay, guys, let's stop here. Almost 9 o'clock. Let's look over on YouTube, see what we have here. So we have Joshua. We'll start with you. INNV this morning. What do we have here? No, 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 no. This is not good. No, 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 no. This is 108 shares traded. No, no. We need volume, my friend. Let's move on. Neo, we do have LI. Yes, all these EV companies. LI doesn't look as great though. Maybe at the market open it'll get better. XPEV looks a lot better. But Neo is the one I'm going with, guys. They got the volume. They're up 3.8. I mean, this is looking very, very good. One of my favorites this morning so far. CEI. We always look at this stock, and I never see anything great about it besides the numbers, right? If you look at the numbers alone, yes, it looks good. Down 6.5, down 10 million shares already traded, sitting on the American Stock Exchange. Maybe that's why it's funky. I don't know. I just don't like the way this thing moves at all. So it's just not liking that there. ATR we looked at, any we looked at. Yes, I agree. Those for any possible squeeze would be great. Neo, we have Riot.
CEI.
Yeah.
Sorry, just going to mention CEI is a little bit of an anomaly to my
Hmm.
mind because it's gotten attention recently. It's a low price stock, but it seems to have a fair amount of institutional holdings, which is odd for something on the American Stock Exchange. You can
Oh
sort of see
yeah.
that even pre-market, like you've got this thing moving within a penny range. If you look at a 1 minute chart, that's usually what an algo traded stock looks like once the market opens.
Right.
Obviously, we're pre-market, but you can see these really tight ranges, small bodies and wicks within a penny. Like retail traders can't trade within a penny, right?
Right.
So
Right.
that usually is enough to say, you know what, I'm just not going to risk it, because to make your risk to reward, you'd have to trade such a big size that it becomes risky should this thing pop in the wrong direction.
Oh
So
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, no, it's messy, guys. I don't like anything about this, and you could see some of that here in the 5 minute as well, right? Just look at the way these candles are being formed here, and we're trading 10 million shares. Like when I think about 10 million, I want to see some real good movement. You're not getting that here. This is a choppy pre-market action, so careful with that one. Riot, yes, we did look at Riot. That one is good. I think Riot and some of the other Bitcoin stuff is in play. I'm sticking with Mara. I tend to like that
Mara,
one a little bit better, so I'm going to go with that. But you cannot go wrong with the other ones as well. But at this point, you start getting into a preference, right? They're definitely all in play. They're definitely all up this morning. But just pick the one that you like the most. MU, I don't see anything happening on MU. They got great volume. Must be a couple of block trades because I'm not seeing where this 1.1 million shares is being traded, right? I'm not seeing that at all here. I don't even see where the block trade is, right? Because usually you'll see the block trade sitting here, 1 million all in black, whatever. You see like a line. I don't even see that this morning. So I wouldn't pay no mind to this one. I don't think they're really in play right now. Baba, what is Baba up to? They are pretty much flat right now. Not a whole lot going on for them this morning. All right, cool, guys. Let's stop here. Let's head over to our community announcements and events, and we'll come back in and fine tune this list.
sounds good. Well, we are essentially done our activities for this week at the Bear Bull Trading Community. We've got another day of trading, of course, before we enjoy the weekend. However, next week we've got a big slate of activities, as we always do. Mondays, if you're new to the community, we have Carlos and Kyle that always do their welcome onboarding class, as well as a technical session. So you can always look forward to that on Mondays. And then in our regular series of webinars. Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry, Carlos, I was just throwing that out there. Anyway, so
No
we can go
worries.
back to the other slide. In our regular series of strategy and tradebook activity, Jared and I, it's my picture, but it should be the Bald Brothers with Jared and myself. We will be teaming up to talk to you about demystifying market cycles. We often talk about, different times of the market, different trade cycles, and we're going to do our best to sort of give you some information. So what do we mean by that? What does the market look like in different seasons? Different, what does a weekly cycle look like? What about on a day? How do you break down the daily trading pattern activities? And we'll give you some, our experience basically that you can use to hopefully help you understand the market and help improve your trading. The week after, then, on October the 12th, Kyle will be talking about his advanced hotkey and risk management. It's part 2 of that session of that webinar series. So that will be great coming up on the 12th of October. On the psychology side, we will have the mastermind course continued with Dr. Kenneth Reed. We'll talk about 7 consistency killers. So, what are the 7 things that could kill your consistency as a trader? Very important session to see on the 6th of October, next Wednesday. And then the week after that, we've got Kreda, who's always fantastic. I love Kreda's stuff. She'll be back with her money mindset series and help us overcome our mindset blocks. That one is early, by the way. Creta is working out of Portugal, so we bring you some of the best global experts, but that one will be earlier at 5 p.m., whereas they're normally at 8, so just keep that in mind. We love having you here, and we love having everybody out there on in YouTube. If you haven't joined, when you don't give us those super chat money, as Norm has been saying for the last couple of weeks. This past month, we changed the donor, I guess the recipient, every month, and we will match dollar for every donation that you make. When I say we, of course, that's a royal we because we make Andrew do it. But in October, it's going to be the National Breast Cancer Foundation. So a worthwhile cause, and hopefully you will be generous in your super chats so we can make Andrew pay out and match that donation as we do some good within the communities we work. And if you want to join us here at Bear Bull Traders, we'd love to have you. I can't. We do every week the member trade of the day and the member trade of the week. Mike manages that with Norm's help. Post them into Twitter. We'll pick them up if you put in the appropriate tags and hashtags, and we enter them into our sort of daily decision process as to who gets the trade of the day, and then we vote as a team on the trade of the week. So hopefully you will do that. And your trade can be showcased on Twitter and to all our members in the room, and you get everlasting glory of having been chosen as a member trade of the day or week. All right. And like I've been saying, hopefully you'll consider joining us. We are eager to have new members, and I see every day we get a couple of new people that join the team. And some are just for a trial. You want to test it out, see if it's for you. Not every community is for every trader, but we do our best to make our community inclusive and make sure that it gives you what you're looking for. So if you're a serious trader and looking to improve your skills, we've got a great group of people, not only sort of on the team side, but within the community whom you can leverage. Join us using the code premarket24 to get a test drive. You can test drive for $39, a 1-week trial that gives you access to those onboarding classes I mentioned, as well as the chat room for a full week. And if that works out for you, then maybe you'll join as an elite member and you can get access to all of our training material and our webinars. If you choose to do that, use the code FALL40 to get a 40% off that elite, the annual elite membership, I should say. Okay, so with that, we got some work to do to set some levels here, and hopefully we will see you in the chat room.
All right, thank you, Peter, very, very much. All right, guys, let's get to it here. Starting with our main list this morning, we'll start AVIR. Again, just continues to take off here, up above 48. High as 51.93 this morning already, so that's looking pretty good there. Very active, 2.4 million shares traded. Again, guys, this is not a low flow stock. It's sitting, I think, 60 million Yeah, 60 million shares flow. So, but treat it like one because it is very, very active. Here's Mara, guys. Mara, it is up 7.7. I think a lot of the Bitcoin stuff is up this morning. Almost all their tickers are here in the gappers list within 6% or so. I like Mara. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. That one's good. MRK has great news here. So obviously they're popping up pretty nice, 7.8 with 5.8 million shares traded. We'll keep that one. How many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, it's going to be hard to get to 4 today. I like AMC today, up 4.4, 1.4 million. Pre-market action continues to look very good. I like the daily green day yesterday after a couple of red sessions here. So that's nice. NEO, very, very active as well. And then CCL. CCL, I mean, they're all looking good. I don't know what to take off from here, guys. Secondary list. Let's see if there's anything that looks better than what we have on that main list. BBBY does not look like it. mRNA, guys, this thing is getting very interesting. Taking a bit of a drop here, below 365. So that's interesting. Here's Ride. I'm gonna get rid of Ride, guys. I don't think this is a good one for me. American Airlines, again, it has 1 million shares traded, but man, that is not trading pretty. This pre-market action. AMD could be decent, but you know what? I'll leave that one to you, Peter. I know if it gets nice, you're gonna call that out. And Apple, we can take a look at Apple here. They have one. I know you do. 1.7 million shares traded on Apple. That's a lot of volume there for Apple. So I like that as well. All right, we'll do levels for all of these. I'm still going to try to bring this down to 4. I think 4 is a good number to stay focused in. High of the pre-market, 51.93, and the low sitting at 46.16. If we scroll on over here to the left, let's see what we got going on. So left-hand side, if we hop over here, March, April timeframe, we do have a level here at 57.38. That's a good one. A great area of support you're getting there. A little bit of resistance as well as to try to make its way back up. It could not. Look at this drop back down to that 46.16 level that we have as a pre-market low today. Then below that, we do have the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days down the bottom there. So I think you're pretty much set on AVER. Now, boy, this is a big drop, though. I want to go in here. Let's find something towards the bottom below that 46.16. Right over here, 41, maybe 42 to be exact. You do have a couple of days, opening and closing right around that area. So we'll put that level there. And then towards the top, I think this 57.38 is an amazing level, right? Clearly an amazing level here. Great area of support and resistance happening there. Towards the bottom here, around 54.34, you also have a little bit of support happening here. Before you have this major drop there going all the way down to our next level, that 46.16. So I think that's a good level to have, that 54.94. AVAR, guys, not a low flow stock, but treated like one, moving very aggressively this morning. Here is Mara today. So Mara, let's see what we got going on. Towards the bottom, we have plenty. I'm not going to add anything else down there, guys. It's just so congested down there right now. Highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, previous day close. Maybe the only thing we can add on here, and even if you look at it closely, this pre-market low, I'm not a big fan of. There's only one candle here coming down, slamming up against that. I'll just leave it the way it is. This here, the lows from the highs from the last trading day is perfectly fine. Towards the top, guys, high of the pre-market sitting at 34.60. We'll slam a level there. That is playing very nice with the daily as well. Just look at across the board there, how many touches we have on that 34.60. Slightly above that, another area with a lot of touches is 36.62. You can see that right on there. Pretty nice. Great area of resistance and support. A lot of support happening here, and some resistance happening here as well. So that is good for Mara. I think that's all you really need on this one, guys. Again, very active this morning. We seem to have better pre-market activity. Maybe this is more of a possible, guys. What do you guys think? Maybe this is more of a slam this down here as a possible. Just to try to fine-tune this list as much as we can. MRK definitely in play, guys. High of the pre-market, 82.14. Big pop here this morning, up 8.6. Towards the bottom here, before we get to our pre-market low, we do have this great level of resistance right on here. Tested over 5 days, 79.19. We'll slam a level there. Let's keep going to the left. Do we have anything? This candle makes things get a little bit weird there. But if we just bypass that, do we have anything above? Or yes, we do. So right in here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in and not include this crazy candle there. And that should give us a better daily. Oh, it came back, huh? There we go. Let's see if we can stay away from that one. All right, so here we go, 82.12. We have that one on there. You can see some more activity happening on there. So even as we go back to the beginning of the year, towards the top, obviously you have 85, 55, and then in here you have a smaller level, not as big as that 82 or that 85, but you have a couple of days in here opening, closing right around that area. I do like this here. It goes up, rejection, comes right back down on this 83.61 target there. So plenty of levels there for MRK this morning. Again, very active this pre-market, 6.2. They got a great catalyst, which is popping them up this morning alongside AVIR. So they're both in the same boat there. AMC getting a little bit of a drop here. High of the pre-market is over at 39.89. We'll slam a level there. And if you just zoom out here, I think you're all set. Once you do that, you have your highs and lows all taking care of you there. Previous day close. We got some levels towards the bottom here as well. 35.11, 33.73, and you also have 31.87. So some there for you just in case. But I think you're all set. I don't think you need to add anything else to this AMC target there. Here's NEO, 1.3 million shares traded, guys. I love the volume on NEO today. 37.20 is the high of the pre-market. On the daily, you can see that's been playing nice across the board here, so that's pretty good. Slightly above that here, the daily gets a little messy. Let's do the best we can to find areas where you have a lot of touches, a lot of support and resistance. I kind of see something here. Again, 38.26. This will be an area because the days are... if you look at the wicks, they're kind of not hitting it right on the head here. They're kind of missing it a little bit here. You can see that here you have a little bit more fine tune at 38.26, but for the most part around that area is a good area of support and resistance. And towards the top here, you got a couple of wicks not being able to get above this 39.43 was a struggle at some point here for NEO, right? Just couldn't get above that. So might be actually 39.50ish around there. Definitely put that on your list. And if you go down to where the action is right now, guys, plenty of levels, highs and lows from the last two trading days. You got major support down here because we've been trying to break out, Peter, as you mentioned earlier, for some time above this 36. Have not been able to. Today might be the day where we actually get something going as they're up 3.3 right now. Here is CCL. Again, CCL's got great volume, and that's what's attracting us to it at the moment. A great pre-market activity. Again, which is, let's hope, as you mentioned, Peter, that this thing can actually translate to good trading activity at the market open. In the past, in the recent past, it has not, right? We haven't gotten those crazy runs like we usually get. So 25.92 here is the high of the pre-market. Above that, you do have the highs from 2 days ago, which is doing an amazing area of resistance there. Above that, you do have this wick right over here, 26.96, and also all the way up here over at 27.38. Couple of levels there towards the top. Towards the bottom, previous day close, some more highs and lows of the last two trading days. You are pretty much set there. Okay, we're pretty good, guys. Gonna just recheck our secondary list. I brought Mara down, so I got only a total of 5. Maybe I'll bring AVIR down just because the risk management on that one could be a little funky. But yeah, these all look pretty good right now. So we have a lot to work with, which is nice. Let's take a look at our moderators lineup, and I'll check PLTR. Anything going on with PLTR? PLTR, they're active 601, but they don't look better than anything I have on my list, right? So on any other day when my list was not as great, maybe I'll add them on here. They got 601. Everything on here that I have is above 1 million and actually gapping up a lot more. They're pretty flat right now, only almost a little bit over a 0.5%. And knowing how choppy they can be, it could be difficult. And again, I know it's only 0.5%, but if you look at it, the move has been bigger this morning, right? They were down, went into the green territory and trying to hold there, but I just don't think they beat my main list that I have here. All right, let's take a look at our moderators lineup, guys. Let me go ahead and resize this stuff here. As I am doing this, please hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It does help us out a whole lot here as we stream for you guys every morning. We appreciate some support back on giving us that thumbs up there. Thank you very much. We like to be between 300 and 400. That's the sweet spot. When we are there, we are very happy campers over here. So thank you for that. All right, let's bring this over. See what our moderators like this morning. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay. So scrolling to the top, who do we have? We have Eamon coming in with his list first. Longs, QS, DKNG, Edit, TLRY, Airbnb, and everything Rand might not get filled at any time. Okay, so everything's running away from him there from his entries at least. Thor, he's looking at Spy, Neo, Apple, CCL, secondary list, LI, XBEF, and Space. Simon is looking at QS, DKG, Uber, and Twitter this morning. You got some levels for you guys there. Dima is looking at Apple, Neo, AVIR, and Ride. Tiffany likes AVIR and mRNA this morning. We have mRNA, right? Because that was very nice. We have it as a possible, but it started to get pretty good. We gotta look back at that. IPOs for today are listed there. Thank you, Peter. A couple of SPACs as well opening up this morning or today. Peter's list: AMD, Apple, Neo. Secondary list: MRK, AVIR. Again, I see where you're doing that because again, it's just the risk management on this. Got to be very careful. They're not low flow stocks, but they're trading like one today. BMRA and CCL. As well. John, nothing special. We'll have to wait and watch what happens at the market open. Brian, looking at Neo, AVIR, Ride, CCL, and MRK, as well as Tesla this morning. Jarvis looking at loss. Oh, lots to monitor. Okay, I thought I read that wrong. Say he lost his monitor. Like, oh my God, he lost his monitor. He can't trade. mRNA, Beat, NTX, Neo, and Tesla, AMC, and GameStop for Jared this morning. All right, here we go, guys. Ladies, BBT happy hour happening at the market close today. So if you're a BBT lady, definitely get in contact with Tiffany for details on how to join that happy hours. Again, the ladies group always being very active here on the BBT community. So appreciate that very much. All right, what do we got going on? Peter, thank you so much for the super chat there. Appreciate you very much for that support. And that is going to be going to, let me ask the other Peter, what is the charity of the month this month? I know you mentioned it, but
Breast Cancer Association.
Breast Cancer Association, guys, will be the charity of the month this month. So thank you for that, Peter. That's going to be going to a great cause, and we will.
Thank you, Mr. Markov. Yes.
Yes, we will make sure Andrew matches that dollar for dollar. So thank you very much. All right, guys, that is what we have. It is 9:20 Eastern time. Brian is going to be coming on shortly. Andrew will be coming on if he's able to log on. He actually traded yesterday, but his microphone was not acting nice in the chat room. So he was able to see his screen, but he was not able to hear him as he was probably calling out. So that amazing AMD trade there. But we'll see if he'll be able to try again. I see Brian is coming on. I cannot hear Brian in the room at the moment, but I'm going to be switching over to the room now, guys. It is Friday over on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll go to the room. We'll let you guys see what that looks like before we shut it down. Have a great weekend. If you want to try out the room, guys, we do have a discount code that you can try. It is we'll give you access for a whole week to our chat room. You can come hang out with us for the entire week, get access to the entire day in the chat, and also onboarding webinar on Monday. So it's a whole lot of fun, guys. Definitely check it out. But thank you so much for joining us on YouTube. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. And have an amazing weekend. Take care, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm just readjusting some of my watch list. I am replacing Merck. I'm not going to watch Merck, although Merck's gapping up on this news. Obviously, I'm gonna watch mRNA because I think it's going to be a good rising devil trade at the open. Space is starting to look interesting. I think space is going to run again today. TGIF. Homer, got to end out the week. Let's try to finish off the week strong. I looked at Homer. I don't, it's trading above the VWAP. I think it's probably, I don't know. I didn't like it. The reason I didn't like it was it didn't seem to have a lot of time in sales, but PALT is definitely still in play. It looks like they want to push this thing higher again. 5 minutes here to the open, 6 minutes. NEO looks weak. Came out with their car sales, I guess. Ride's not really doing anything right now. So Zoom and 5N, I guess, decided not to go forward with the this merger. Both of them are both sets of shareholders seem to be happy about that. Disney's probably going to be strong today too. How's everyone doing today? Friday, first day of the third quarter, fourth quarter, I should say. Here we go. What's Uber doing? Uber's up a lot here. Uber's up another 2.6%. They're still riding that news higher on their surprise profitability. CCL's popping here. Anything, I guess, that's related to this news about Merck and their the magic pill. All the travel sector stocks are probably going to do well today.
Hey, what's going on, Brian?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, good sir. How are you doing?
Good morning. It's 9:26, so I haven't seen the boss yet. So I thought I'd hop in just
9:27.
to keep you company until he
Sure.
shows up. Hang out, maybe make a little money,
If and
see what
when.
happens.
Yes. It always seems to work that way. Let's not jinx it. Let's just hope for the best.
Yeah, always. Never know what this crazy market's gonna do.
Yeah. It's funny, the futures were down this morning until this news about Merck came out. Look at CCL. I like your CCL idea. CCL is going to pop up maybe here.
Yeah, I think Merck could potentially provide more overall market catalyst than people think, because if people start coming out with really good therapeutics, then that's the kind of backup we need to really get the to get everything rocking and rolling. I think you can't just vaccine alone doesn't get it done. You need good therapeutics, to handle everything else. So I think that might be good for market sentiment overall. Maybe people get a little bit excited about that. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, so mRNA looking weak. I'm not really sure because you still need vaccines, don't you? I mean, regardless.
Oh, sure.
But
yeah, but we got that.
Yeah. So I don't know what's yeah. So mRNA not reacting well to the news. Of course, it's really
Well, yeah.
really
I mean, better therapeutics. Less people are going to get vaccinated if the therapeutics start to work really well.
Possibly. Yeah, it's still looking interesting.
Especially if you start thinking boosters and all that stuff.
Yeah. I think mRNA is going to pop up at the open. It might. Yeah, Omer is now trading above the 9 moving average. So again, it actually could end up being strong. CCL still looking pretty good here. It's popping up on the scanner now. Watch for a bit of a pullback on CCL. Neo is
Maybe grab it
taking
back near VWAP.
Yeah, Neo's still dropping here. Dang, damn it, don't drop too much.
Neo's
mRNA.
ladder right now actually looks very bearish. I mean, its downside looks very. So maybe squeeze a little bit at the open on Neo and drop it, depending
Yeah,
on what the market decides to do.